Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of X Malice along Kageyuki Shiraishi's route. We still have not cleared our suspicions of him, and I don't know how long we're going to be suspicious of him. But, yeah, he let us, see the case files for September and October. And now Mochida knows we're investigating, but he also does it too, so it's cool. Let's finish our conversation with him and then see what's up after that. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Actually, right now, I'm looking over the September and October cases.
The September perp was caught, right? Then he committed suicide in his cell.
Right, but maybe not right.
How do you mean?
I have to wonder if he wasn't a patsy, and maybe there's another true perpetrator.
Really? It's almost certain that Tsunomori did it. They dug out some pretty damning evidence on him. Hell, the guy even confessed to it.
I'm not entirely certain. Isn't it still possible that there was someone manipulating Tsunomori into doing what he did?
True. Character witnesses say he was pretty emotionally unstable before the murder. I think the interrogators even said they doubted that he was capable of planning an elaborate homicide and disguising it as suicide alone.
I nodded firmly at Mochida's words. Tsunomori had gone to a mental health clinic. Apparently he'd been prescribed lots of drugs. Although his testimony was consistent with the facts of the crime, during his deposition he was highly excited. A psychiatric evaluation was rumored.
Okay, so if we say Tsunomori carried out the crime, it isn't impossible that someone else planned it out for him first.
Right. I believe the original police report stated that they believed a member of Adonis may have suggested the plan to Tsunomori. But something about Shiraishi's note in the margin about the real killer bugs me. Even if Tsunomori was only acting on Adonis' orders, he'd still be the real killer. In the end, Tsunomori only had the coin. It didn't seem like he knew the first thing about Adonis, according to his deposition.
It's possible he just kept quiet out of fear of retaliation. But when they gave him a polygraph test, the results say he didn't lie. If Adonis did give him the plan for the killing, he had to have been contacted by them somehow.
Yes, but his phone records were clear, and his neighbors hadn't seen him talk to anyone new.
Right. I'm sure the investigation looked into that. But Tsunomori confessed really early. It felt like the case was wrapped up very fast.
I can understand why the police wanted to say they caught the murderer as soon as possible. But now it's doubtful they'd revisit the case, especially since they got a full confession. Oh, God, I hate politics. Then there's the October incident. Officially nothing happened, but something about that doesn't seem right either. Tsunomori's arrest disrupted Adonis' plans. The police stopped it before it could happen. That was the official statement, but it felt like the police were trying to sway public opinion. They wanted to say they'd made progress, but an X-Day-related incident happened again in November, and they had no meaningful leads. In reality, they hadn't made any progress at all.
Yeah, but even by this point there hasn't been a single witness report connected to October. Being in the SRCPO, we'd be the first to hear rumors of anything to that effect.
Right, but doesn't it seem unnatural for them to just skip over October?
True. At least one dead body has been tied to each of the other videos so far. I don't like thinking about it, but I can't deny that it's possible there was a murder and the body just hasn't been found yet.
Dead men tell no tales. If Tsunomori had help, we couldn't ask him now. Shiraishi investigated this case, didn't he? Well, he's investigating the case. Though his social skills were severely lacking, he was still extremely good at his job. You'd think his social skills would be really good since he could read people so well. Then he should also know exactly what to say. I mean, he knows what to say to piss people off, so you should think he would know what to say to make people happy too. He was also known for being motivated to work on things that interested him. There's more to this than meets the eye. September Ken Hachisuka added to materials. And Yuki Tsunomori.
With the case publicly declared closed, it'd take something big to make the brass reopen it. If we could find solid, incontrovertible evidence in support of our theory, maybe.
I think I'm going to look deeper into the connection between the killer and the victim.
Okay, how about you go talk to the teachers they had at the free school 10 years ago?
Good idea, Let me do a quick check. Looking over the connected people section of the report, I searched for teachers' names. There were 2 of them. Their homeroom teacher quit in the middle of a term. They got a new one later. The teacher who quit is Satomi Takuchi. The reason she gave was personal reasons.
Teaching is a stressful job. It can really take a toll on you. And it looks like this free school was packed full of kids who had all kinds of problems going on in their lives. I think the teachers would have to be really careful how they dealt with them.
Both Tsunomori and Hachisuka were 18 at the time. Bad seeds at that age can be difficult.
Huh? Hoshino, check out that address. The granny who gives us tips all the time lives nearby.
Oh, and she always takes note of everything. Huh? Oh, hey, you're right.
Great, if that's the case. You know, we haven't heard from the elderly lady who calls all the time yet today. She is awfully old, and she lives alone. Maybe something's happened to her.
Oh, yes, we should go check on her right away. Speaking in a deliberately loud voice, Mochida gave me a big pat on the back.
Hoshino, why don't you go check on her?
Huh? Don't be slow on the uptake. I looked up at him. He gave me a massive conspiratorial grin that practically shouted, "Leave the rest to me." Was that an act to give me an excuse to go and question the teacher? It had to be. Yes, sir. I'll go right away. Quietly thanking Mochida for his help, I grabbed my coat. Oh, I should probably let Shiraishi know I'm going out to do some legwork. I summarized what had happened in a quick text and sent it to him. There, now to head out. Except, My phone started vibrating before it even made it back to my pocket. I looked at the screen. Well, he's fast.
Oh, I'm coming too. Oh, wait there.
Huh? But shouldn't he be busy with the case that happened just today? You don't have work you need to do? I can handle a little legwork. He said himself that he wasn't good at questioning. That should get him to stay here.
Oh, I'm doing my work. Observing you.
That's not what you're getting paid to do. That reply doesn't make any sense. I wanted to head out right away, but he said to wait, so I had to wait.
What's wrong, Hoshino? You can head out right now if you want.
Well, I'd love to, really, but I have to wait for a minute.
Huh?
Great. Now I have to find some way to explain what's going on with Shiraishi, and I to him without letting on too much. I stalled for a few minutes thinking. Then Shiraishi nonchalantly strolled in.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Man, am I ever glad to get away from Mukai and her endless harping.
That you probably deserved. I bet she was getting on his case for leaving to come with me. I'll apologize to her later. Heaving a sigh, I turned to Mochida so I could introduce him to Shiraishi.
What the heck? Hoshino, you know somebody from forensics?
Huh? You know Shiraishi already, Mochida?
You could say that. He's famous around here. I didn't think he'd bother with us.
Man, look how tall Shiraishi is compared to him. Ah, I love my tall guys.
Wow, am I really that famous? Oh, I can't say that I noticed. Oh, I'm just a police officer like any other. Well, you do kind of have a pretty unique look to you, sir.
So he's famous for being eccentric.
What? I thought this was a regular plain outfit. Is it really that unique?
Well, the color and the accessories. Why am I not surprised you didn't notice?
I cut way back on the cat accessories, too. And no one said anything about it to me lately.
Man, I wonder what he used to look like when he wore more cat accessories. I guess right now he's just got the ears and the tie pins, so it's not too bad.
Oh, I guess it makes sense that he's your senior. He's as bluntly honest as you.
He wasn't trying to insult you or anything.
Oh, I know. Like you, everyone selected for the SRCPO seems to be the standard nice guy type.
This is the nice guy department. Oh, look at Mochida's face.
What? Nah, you're overstating it. Me, a regular nice guy? Ooh.
Apparently Mochida had taken Shiraishi's comment as a compliment.
Wow, this guy is perfect for the SRCPO. Hell, I'd even say he wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I haven't introduced you yet, have I? Mochida, this is Kageyuki Shiraishi. He's a profiler in forensics. I have, been getting advice from him on the matter we were discussing earlier. Changing the subject before Shiraishi could put his foot in his mouth, I introduced them.
Good move. Oh, so that's what's going on. It's nice to meet you. I'm Masanobu Mochida. Thank you for being a big help to Hoshino. Hoshino? Oh, is that your name?
What? Shocked that he even needed to ask me that after everything, I stared at him. How do you know where I live but you don't know my last name? Come to think of it, had anyone said my name around him? I don't think so.
What are you staring for? We have people to question, right? Come on.
Oh, right. Not looking particularly bothered, Shiraishi sauntered off toward the door. We're supposed to be working together on this investigation, and he doesn't even know my name? He was the one who proposed the whole deal, and I've lost count of the number of times he's told me he wants to observe me. Confused and not quite sure what to feel, I hurried after him. Wait, maybe he thinks of me as, like, number 36 or something. One of his cats. Shiraishi? Can I ask you something? It's about my name. You haven't forgotten it, have you?
Of course I have. I don't need to remember it for anything in particular, do I?
Well, yeah, people are talking about me. Don't you want to know? That's what they're talking about? Well, yes. We're going to be working together on this investigation, you know.
But once the X-Day case is solved, there won't be anything connecting us anymore, right?
Kinda hope there will be. The red string of fate, maybe? There's no guarantee that'll be it.
No, it will be. Your jurisdiction is totally unrelated to mine. Besides, I'm only stationed at Shinjuku Station temporarily.
But you might come back.
It's a personal policy of mine never to waste brain space on things I don't need to.
He's going to say that straight to the face of a person he's about to work with? I'm sorry, but that logic won't fly with me. I doubted trying to argue with him would work. I expected him to just blow me off. But... remember my name. Silent, he stared down at me. I shrunk back, but I didn't look away.
All right. If I think it's necessary, I'll memorize it. How's that?
I knew this was his way of compromising, but it wasn't an answer that satisfied me. Oh, make it be like, you have to know my name because you have to know that it's me that's calling you on the phone, right? How are you going to recognize that it's me if you don't remember my name? Yes, we could probably solve this whole case without him ever using my name, but that didn't exactly foster a sense of trust in me. He must not see me as someone very valuable at all. Heck, I got the feeling he didn't even think I was someone whose value was worth calculating. If I wanted Shiraishi to remember my name, I'd have to prove to him that I was useful. Okay, I'll work my butt off to make him remember it. Head held high, I strode past him.
Getting vexed over me not remembering your name. What a weirdo.
I heard him muttering to himself, sounding honestly confused. I ignored him. I swear, I'll make him remember it. I seriously feel like there's a plot hole here between him being a behavioral analyst and not understanding people's behavior. Come on, is it just me? September's case had a victim and a killer. 10 years ago, they both took classes from Miss Takelchi. This was their home. I turned and shot a sharp look at Shiraishi. Please, just stay quiet while I talk, okay?
Oh, okay. I'll just hang back and observe you as you work.
You know, an obedient Shiraishi is unnerving in its own right. I reached out and pressed the doorbell.
Yes?
I'm Ichika Hoshino with the Shinjuku police. I come to speak with Miss Satomi Takelchi. Is she in? Miss?
If you want to talk about what happened in September, I've already told the police everything I could.
That's Miss Takelchi. I apologize for the extra bother, miss, but I would like to ask a few more questions.
What do you need to know? That case has been closed. They announced it.
Actually, some small issues remain that we need clarification on. Could we ask you for your cooperation, Miss Takeuchi? Please, miss? I got nervous as her silence dragged on. She did lose not one, but 2 students. It must be hard for her to think about it. I looked up at the sound of a door opening. A slim woman stepped outside.
Could you please make it brief?
Of course, miss. Thank you very much. Let's see. First... Well, if they actually drew a sprite for her, then she's got to play some big part in this, huh? If you don't mind, could you please go over your impressions of Tsunomori and Hachisuka from when they were students 10 years ago? Did either of them ever cause any issues in the class they had with you?
Tsunomori was always involved in some violent scuffle or another, but that was all.
I see. Had he singled out any individual or individuals for bullying or some such?
No, Hachisuka was a good example for the whole class. Thanks to his efforts, no child was ever singled out. Hachisuka was. He was a good child. He truly was. You sound like you're trying to convince yourself of that.
Shiraishi, did I or did I not ask you to not interrupt?
I didn't mean to, honest, but I kinda just can't now.
That's not an excuse.
She's talking about a former student, but her face is as stiff as a board. It got especially pronounced when she started to talk about Hachisuka. You weren't very fond of him, were you? No, you were afraid of him. Did he make any demands of you? Oh, let me guess. He was the reason you quit your job at the free school midterm.
No.
10 years ago, you submitted your resignation to the school. Looking at your personal records, you didn't have any health problems or private issues at the time. So, was there something going on with your class? Something that stressed you to the breaking point? Like, say, bullying was actually rampant? Bullying of you, orchestrated by Hachisuka.
No, that isn't it at all. You're just speculating.
Am I? Given your responses, even if I'm off on the details, I seem to be pretty close to the truth. Anyway, Hachisuka's dead now. What logical reason could you have to keep up your pretense? I'm a busy man, so hurry up and talk already. What was there really between you and Hachisuka?
Shiraishi, don't be so...
What? What did you expect me to do? I had no choice. I had to... If I could have stopped him, I would have. Believe me, I would have. But I couldn't. That's why...
Miss Takeuchi?
I have to go.
Huh? Wait! Miss Takeuchi! God, her name is really hard to say. I hurriedly reached out to stop her, but she slammed the door in my face. Shiraishi. Why did you barrage that poor woman with questions like that? She just lost 2 of her students to terrible deaths. She's grieving. If she wanted, she could have told us to go away, but she was kind enough to come out and listen.
Yep, exactly. That you seem like a nice person did a nice job of getting her to lower her guard. And that's why my method of questioning was effective in prying some new information out of her. Pressuring a subject with rapid-firing, aggressive questioning to intimidate them into giving you information you want is active phase questioning. It's my go-to questioning method. Remember it.
I thought you said you hated interrogation.
I do hate it. No living creature is as annoying and frustrating as a human. Still, I guess I did get enough to make following you out here worth it. Given her reactions, I'm starting to wonder how accurate all the past records that referred to Hachisuka as a perfect student were.
Well, she can't be the only teacher he's ever had, right?
There was more going on with him than we know. Of course, you knew that from the hints I added to the report I gave you, right?
I thought back to the report on the September and October cases, remembering the margin notes. He was right. Something had struck me as off in what I read.
Like me, you were interested in this case, and that made you want to seek new information. I'm glad you weren't as useless as advertised. I wouldn't have gotten as much without you here.
In contrast to Shiraishi's bright mood, I felt nothing but sour aggravation. You couldn't have done that without me. To be blunt, I don't find that complimentary at all. All you're doing is trying to satisfy your own personal sense of curiosity about this case. To have your little fun, you have no qualms saying painful things to people. Your words hurt them and you don't even care. I think he's trying to do his job and get down to the truth.
Anyway, Hachisuka's dead now. What logical reason could you have to keep up your pretense?
Doesn't it make you feel bad at all?
Nope.
Shiraishi shot back an instant answer.
Sorry, but I'm no bleeding heart. My conscience doesn't get in the way when I don't want it to. Are you sure you aren't just being overly touchy over what is, in the end, a stranger's problem? Huh? Aren't you going to retaliate?
I understand that it's important for an officer to be able to handle things objectively, but that is no justification for causing others completely unnecessary pain and trauma. Even if you hadn't done what you did, don't you think we could have gotten the same answers if we'd just taken the time to earn our trust?
Well, there's no guarantee the information you would get would be worth the time spent.
It may seem like the long way around to you, but that's the way I want to take.
Isn't that just personal gratification? We're short on time as it is. We don't have the luxury of taking the long way. And in fact, shaking the woman down yielded useful information in a minimal amount of time. If those clues help solve the case, all the better. Sometimes there's just no other way than to cause a little pain. It's a necessary sacrifice.
I can't condone any methods that approve of the sacrifice of innocence.
What? Are you a knight in shining armor who will save the world with ideals and platitudes now? Life isn't that pretty or that nice.
I don't expect you to understand. It seems that the two of us look at the world in two very, very different ways. I will continue working with you. However, from now on, I will question the witnesses on my own.
You don't hide your dislike of me. You get mad when I tease. Simple reactions from a simple girl. Or so I thought. But it seems you do have an ideal you value enough that you won't compromise it.
Don't you?
Nope. That's why I don't understand you in the least.
And I don't understand you either.
But when someone puts something I don't understand in front of me, I want to figure it out.
Huh?
It's a good thing that you aren't the stereotype you seem, and that means I won't be bored.
Oh, so glad I can entertain you. Ugh, I don't have the first clue what goes on inside Shiraishi's cat-eared head. Just dealing with him is enough to exhaust me. Anyway, I'm going to visit an elderly lady who lives near here. See you later.
Oh, I'll come with.
Don't!
Huh? Are you mad?
Yes!
Alright, I'll back off this time.
We don't need you to aggravate this lady. She's paranoid enough as it is. With that, Shiraishi sauntered off without a backward glance. I've told myself that, since we had to cooperate to solve this case together, I would just have to let certain things slide, but I never expected that the two of us would view things this differently. I'll have to go back and visit Miss Takelchi to apologize to her later. Deciding I'd loitered long enough, I started walking again, then... A text? From who, I wonder? Sasazaka? Oh no, Mukai.
Oh, are you free this evening? If it is convenient, I would like to speak with you about the coalition.
Coalition? Oh yeah, come to think of it.
I think we will get along splendidly, Miss Hoshino. And I think you might fulfill the requirements to join the coalition.
This is a chance to get some inside info from the station. I better go. Plus, I can probably nonchalantly ask Mukai to tell me about Shiraishi. Yes, I have time. Wanting a chance to vent my pent-up frustration and confusion, I sent a text accepting her offer.
Wonderful. Let's meet at 7 p.m. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Someone she wants me to meet? I wonder who. Me too. Somebody else who hates Shiraishi?
Oh, and there is a coalition. Only the chosen are allowed to join. Oh my, look at the time.
A coalition of police officers that only the chosen are permitted to join. Visions of secret meetings held in smoky back rooms of old restaurants danced in my head. Oh, don't get your hopes up that much, girl. Maybe I'll be able to meet people I otherwise wouldn't be, like some of the top brass. I don't think so. I'll have to be on my best behavior. I returned to the precinct, finished some chores, and made my way to the train station. Oh, I didn't visit the old lady? Huh? Sakuragawa? Hoshino?
Oh my, the two of you already know each other.
Yes, let me guess. This is the person that you wanted me to meet?
Yes, how splendid. The fact that you two already knew each other must mean this was fated.
Mukai told me there was a girl looking to join the Shiraishi bashing coalition. That's you?
I knew it! It's an anti-Shiraishi group.
Bashing? This wasn't the most pleasant sounding name. And if I heard right, Sakuragawa had said Shiraishi too.
I'll give you the details once we've reached our destination. Come, ladies, follow me.
This is not what I had envisioned at all. We might still go to a restaurant. Convincing myself of just that, I followed after Mukai and Sakuragawa. And so...
Are we going to a bar? Yep, we went to the bar.
We arrived at the dive bar that Saiki and I hit up all the time.
Now then, let's drink.
So we're just going to drink and complain about him? The server led us to a standard booth, and Mukai promptly grabbed the alcoholic beverages menu.
What's wrong, Hoshino?
You look kind of spaced out. I'm okay. This just isn't what I expected. It's surprising to think that Mukai comes to a place like this to go drinking. Don't let her looks fool you. She is Shiraishi's subordinate, you know.
He drove her to drink.
What's that supposed to mean?
Tonight I shall have sake. What would you two care to have?
Mukai pointed at a sake brand on the menu, one with quite a high alcohol content. I expected her to be the type who drank fine wine at classy bars. This is so totally different. What do you have, Hoshino? Just an orange cassis for me. Come on, you're gonna be a teetotaler. Ah well, let's put our order in.
Are the two of you all right with edamame and chicken wings for appetizers?
All good to me. Edamame and chicken wings? The mental image I had of Mukai is crumbling every second. Sakuragawa didn't blink, so she must have known.
All right, let us move on with our agenda, Miss Hoshino. I shall now tell you about our coalition.
Right.
The Shiraishi Bashing Coalition's mission is in its name. We exist to bash Shiraishi. We have many sympathizers among the station's staff, but most refuse the invitation to join.
Well, he is kind of high up in the ranks. Most people probably don't want to rock the boat.
I am the chairwoman of this coalition, and Sakuragawa is the vice chairwoman. We are, unfortunately, the only two members. However, upon meeting you yesterday, I affirm that you may have the qualities needed to join us. The qualities in question are a burning hatred for Director Shiraishi, and that is all.
That's the only requirement? Our major activity is getting together like this, drinking and blowing off steam by putting Shiraishi on blast. And that's about it.
Oh my god, what a face. Sakuragawa, you mustn't forget that, as chairwoman, I stand up against the director every day.
So, yeah, that's pretty much how it is.
Well, you interested?
Sign me up.
Oh, come on. I really think he's that bad.
What?
My. I didn't expect to get such a wonderful answer from you so quickly.
Well, actually I kinda just had an incident with Shiraishi earlier today. It really drove home the idea that the two of us just won't ever get along. We can't. From what I've seen, there isn't a single person on this planet who can get along with him. Oh, I will by the time this route is over.
The director is devoid of cooperative spirit. In fact, everything he does seems designed to rub people the wrong way.
Yeah, that's right. That sure was enthusiastic. Looks like you've already had your fill of him.
Ah, Miss Hoshino passes our requirement with flying colors. Let us now celebrate her induction. Ladies, here are your drink orders. Ahem. We of the Shiraishi Bashing Coalition hereby raise our glasses in toast to our newest member.
With our drinks finally here, we each took up our glass and...
Cheers!
I never expected to get asked to something like this, thanks to Shiraishi, but I bet these two would tell me all kinds of things about him. You got on wine somehow after dealing with him. That thought made me feel better. Then Mukai finished her drink and banged down her cup.
Ugh, the director was his aggravatingly infuriating self again today, too.
Oh, I'm sure. What did he do this time?
He left! In the middle of the day, even! He dumped a ceiling-high stack of paperwork on my desk and walked out without a shred of guilt.
He left? Did he say why?
It was some incomprehensible excuse about needing to look after a cat he was anxious about.
A cat? Did he finally adopt one?
Who knows? I don't know, nor do I care to know anything about his private life.
A cat? Could that have been me? When I texted him that I was going out on legwork, he did say he finished up early to join me. Though I wasn't exactly sure how I felt being called a cat. It was certainly something he'd do. So, why do you hate Shiraishi so much, Sakuragawa? I turned to her, hoping to change the subject. Well, I got to know Mukai because we'd run into each other at crime scenes. After a while, I started dropping by to visit her in the office. But then one day...
Hey, you seem like a person who enjoys meat. This was left over. You can have it if you want.
Huh? Really? Well, if it's just going to waste, sure, I'll take it. Thanks. Wait, this is natto?
Yup, it's a fake hamburger patty made out of natto. Gotcha.
Oh, she hates him because he played a practical joke. Why you?
Given what I've gleaned from Mukai, you hate natto more than just about any other food, right? I wanted to experiment and see what would happen when a normally stoic woman unexpectedly tasted a thing she hates. Well, how do you feel?
Is that why you did this?
Yup. You're almost on the verge of tears. Making that patty pure natto was worth it.
He seriously did that to me. He's now a sworn enemy until I die. Yeah, grudges over food always last the longest. It's a pretty serious thing to mess with people's food. Though I admit I was dumb for falling for that. I was so young and innocent back then.
What, 2 years ago?
She's staring off into the distance. He even bragged about how he had a pro chef to puree the natto and bind it into a patty shape so no one could even tell. He went that far? That's no experiment. That's just an elaborate and mean-spirited prank. I pity the chef he made cook the patty, too. Damn it! Even just thinking about it still makes my blood boil. I can guess how smug he looked when it happened. You bet. And get this. Even though we still see each other at crime scenes all the damn time, he still doesn't remember my name. I know, isn't that horrible? He doesn't remember my name either. You too. At first I thought he was just disrespecting me because I'm a woman. But if I'm not the only one, I guess it's just default for him to disrespect everyone. He told me that he'd only use his brain to remember my name if it was necessary. I wouldn't put too much faith in that. This is Shiraishi we're talking about. True. If it's this bad even for Sakuragawa, getting him to remember my name could be impossible. Well, he doesn't really interact with her that much. Deflating a little, I looked over at Mukai. Yeah, you've been suspiciously quiet during this conversation. But wait a minute. Thinking about it, Shiraishi does remember your name, right?
Of course. I taped a massive poster of it to the middle of his desk and forced him to read it aloud every morning. He eventually memorized it. Is that what I'm gonna have to do? Wow, Mukai, you're one strong woman.
Actually, I would think he would have to memorize her name because He has to call her name in order to make him do work for her.
From my point of view, both of you are being much too passive. If necessary, I suggest a good slap to the face or boot to the posterior.
You go that far? I hear she really did kick him in the butt at least once.
I attempted to at least. He dodged at the last second. I was so close.
Seeing her grit her teeth and clench her fist, I could tell that it honestly frustrated her. The drinks continued to come, and the three of us got really into our conversation. Alright, we'll finish this conversation in the next episode, because my god, they are really very verbose in Shiraishi's route, because this is his third video already, and a lot of it's just been really long conversations. I guess somebody lied about his route being short. Alright, so I hope to see you in the next video or some of my other ones, and I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye bye everybody.